gonna take 2 years.
Don't say it's going to take 2 years. That is the worst case. It can be before that.
I don't want you to tell me right now that you are gonna deal with the process for my green card. I don't want more mistakes like this. You're not a lawyer, and that's the part that's the part that I want you to understand. You know, you could have good intentions after up. Could be, you know what, babe? Don't worry, we're gonna hire a lawyer because we are not gonna take the risk to make this process longer.
All right, boom. Let's quickly talk about this before we go any further. You know, so Gino thought he had everything under control. You know, he generally thought that, hey, you know what? I'm going to apply for the visa, okay? And I'm going to get my woman to America. And then once she gets here, we're going to get married and it's going to be happy families. Which, of course, on paper, you know, in theory, what he thought made a lot of sense. So therefore, and also at the same time, he thought, you know what, I can save money, do it myself rather than, you know, obviously spending the money that I don't want to waste. So listen, again, his theory makes a lot of sense. But now you've made a mistake. Okay, you've made a mistake. Is it an honest, innocent mistake? I mean, that just depends on the people involved. In this situation, obviously it's not, because Jasmine obviously has, I guess, always made it clear to Gino that, hey, my kids obviously are going to join us in America, and that's something that, you know, you must make happen. So obviously, given the fact that Gino has neglected this role, this responsibility, I can understand Jasmine's frustrations. The thing that made me feel the most uncomfortable with this scene, to be honest with you, is the fact that Gino gave me energy of somebody that just didn't care. And that's bad. That is really bad. But before I get into why I feel like it's bad, let's play some more and yeah, we'll try back.
Very reasonable amount of money.
Money I don't have right now. I can do it myself. Whether the lawyer does it or me, that 2 years that he's mentioned is not going to change.
No, take that risk.
No.
Look at what we just...
I don't have money for a lawyer.
I'm begging you.
And I'm telling you, I don't have...
I'm telling you,
I don't have $5,000.
The way Gino's energy is in this scene is very unnecessary. Generally speaking, usually it's Jasmine that's doing the madness. And don't get me wrong, she does do a little bit of madness, something that we will get into obviously in the video. But it's just one of those things, you know, obviously as I watch on and I listen on and I'm just paying attention to Gino's body language. I want to know why he generally is giving vibes of someone who just doesn't care. Because we have to remember something. Jasmine isn't the first woman from South America, right? That Gino has been with. We know that he was married before to a woman in Brazil, I believe. Okay, and also on top of that, he even was with the woman that he was basically paying or whatever, right? It's the stripper woman, wasn't it, right? And it makes me wonder, in his life, when he has dated women, has he only ever cared about the benefit that he receives, but he's never cared about the benefit that they need? Because you got to think about it, right? Think of it this way. Isn't it strange? The moment that she moved there, he left his job. Isn't it strange that when he was going for all the paperwork, and we know how nagging Jasmine is, he never really thought to make sure that the kids would be included in some way? Which makes me wonder, what went wrong in Gino's previous relationships? Is he somebody that once he marries you, once he has you in the palm of his hands, he's like, you're mine now? Let's not forget, in the first season that we met Jasmine and Gino, and Jasmine was having the whole flipping hissy fit about Gino sending pictures of her to his ex. I remember in one scene where Jasmine or Gino says his excuse was, well, I just wanted to show her what I've got now to say, hey, look, I moved on, I got someone better. But why? Why does he feel the need to do things that are unnecessarily spiteful, unnecessarily petty? Which makes me wonder so much about this man. Because we all know there's no way this man is innocent, because the amount of shiz he's put up with to just end up marrying this woman. Yeah, I'm just saying something isn't adding up.
Do you understand how different your list of priorities is from mine? And I don't know if a marriage can survive that, you know. You're absolutely not ready to be a father. You don't give a about me. All you care is about you and you being okay and you
Screwed up in your dumb head.
Has anyone ever noticed that sometimes Gino, when he does say things when he's trying to defend himself, he says the most random things that are the most randomly uncomfortable things, or the most randomly spiteful things. Now, again, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a right to say these things, because Jasmine is always on the attack 1000%. Surprising, this scene, she was calmer than normal. Now, was it fair for her to say that you don't deserve to have kids? That you wouldn't be a good father? No, it's not fair to say that. It's not fair to say that. That is crossing the line. I understand why she's saying it, but it doesn't. No. You can't be doing that. That's just unacceptable, unfair. But she spoke about how selfish she is. Now, we know that. See, here's the thing. When it comes to Jasmine, right, we know who she is. We know that she's self-centered, right? We know that she's got this paranoia. We know what we are getting when we are watching Jasmine. There's no lies around that. You know, she's one of those people that, you know, everything is just in front of you. You don't have to guess. But with Gino, everything with him is always so... We have to try and really decipher this man. And to be honest, for the most part, people that you have to kind of decipher sometimes, they be hiding some crazy things in secret, you know? Their privacy. You go on their little search history, it may be a little bit of a madness still, you know? But I do wonder, though, if there's a level of truth behind what Jasmine's saying about, you're just selfish, you're this, and that. Obviously, I can see and say that, well, she's just projecting because that's what she is. But at the same time, though, sometimes people be saying things and it actually does mean something. And I say this because I remember before when I was working, obviously, you know, in schools, obviously, you know, and as a PE teacher or whatnot. One thing that you have to be careful with, you know, what I had to be careful when I was working with kids is what they say. Because sometimes kids can say certain things but mean something else because they don't know how to say it, or they do know how to say it, but they don't want to say it because they're afraid. So therefore they say things in little sequences. And sometimes, especially the kids that misbehave, the ones that misbehave, you've got to wait, like, honestly, like, for the most part, if you ask them, what's wrong? Are you okay with blah? They ain't saying, no, now I'm good. It's not only until they're finally like that state where they're pissed. And then they just start saying, well, if only you did this, da-da-da. And you're like, oh, so that's what the problem is. And then obviously it's a projection that's coming from something that is happening at home. So point being is that Gino is pretty much a child, to be honest with you. So I do feel like, you know, there were certain things about him that I'm like, you know what I mean? But let's continue.
No, you're the ass.
I wish I have never met you. I want to get divorced from you. I don't want to be married to you. And I'm going back to Panama. I want to be with them.
You're putting all of this on my shoulders and blaming me, you just as much as me, to get your kids over the United States.
Myself, it's my fault. It's my fault. I've never come without them. It's my fault.
I mean, listen, it was your fault for trusting Gino. That's what it comes down to, you know. It's just annoying how Gino refuses to take any accountability in this scene, you know. And trust me when I tell you, I'm not sitting here defending Jasmine one bit because the way she's behaving is flipping Jasmine, isn't it? But we expect that. But Gino, why is he refusing to take accountability? Why is he refusing to be apologetic? Okay, we understand that he hasn't got the 5K because he's not working anymore. That is fine. But why is he not trying to sympathize with his woman? Why is he not trying to comfort her? Do you see what I'm saying? In this situation here, situation where he really should be trying to comfort her. Do you know what I mean? Like, fair enough. If you haven't got the 5Gs, no worries. But sit next to her, give her a cuddle, put your arm on her shoulder, let her cry on your shoulder, you know what I mean? Or just tell her something reassuring, like, don't worry, babe, we're going to figure it out. He's got all, like, do you know what I mean? But, like, he's just sitting there like this. Well, you could have done something too. Hold on a minute. It was you that did all the paperwork. It wasn't Jasmine. She kept telling you to get a lawyer, but you kept saying, I've got it undercover. And now you've messed up, and now you don't want to own up to it. Like, bruh. Jesus.
I know that.
I understand Jasmine being upset because I know she wants her kids here. I'm going to do everything in my power to bring them here. Or to say I'm not cut out to be a father because I want to do this myself and I don't have $5,000 to give to a lawyer right now. I have a problem with that.
I want to go back to Panama. And he's not going to be a good dad. I don't want to have kids with him anymore.
I mean, really and truly, you should have married him in the first place. You two are not a match. You know, I mean, after all the abuse that Jasmine has put Gino through, as well as the randomness that he's put her through too, really and truly, you two should have got married in the first place. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong though, Jasmine is right. She should be upset with the fact that she left it all down to Gino. I mean, let's be real. Let me know in the comment section real quick. Who would give Gino any important responsibility to do for them? Please let me know. Because I know I wouldn't give him no responsibility to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's just that. But hey, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section as always, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, 60K, let's make it happen. And of course, peace.